Hi, everyone, and welcome to Wednesday Wisdom. I'm Melissa Peshka with Essential Life Mastery Coaching and Healing. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. So, today I want to talk to you probably again about boundaries and maintaining those boundaries. When we create boundaries in relationships, they're designed to um, help you feel safe, help you feel secure. And when we create boundaries in relationships that we are no longer involved in, well, that's easy. That's the easy part. It's when we create boundaries for relationships that we're still involved in and still emotionally attached to, that's where it becomes a problem. Um, you set up boundaries to protect yourself, to try to establish some safety in the relationship. And when you love that person or you have feelings for that person, you hope to maintain those boundaries at a level that still keeps your integrity. What you're really doing is saying no. Because you've set up a boundary, you're now saying, no, I won't allow this. No, I won't do this. You're now allowing yourself to give, to be able to nurture, to be able to do those things. It's hard to establish boundaries and to maintain them at a level that you can still grow in a relationship. What you're doing is you're pulling back in the relationship by creating boundaries because of hurt or mistrust. Now, part of that, establishing the trust back and having those boundaries put into place, it's very difficult to differentiate what is allowed, what isn't allowed. How do you build back trust if you've got this boundary set up? It's a very fine line. You're not allowing certain behaviors and from yourself and from others. So what does that mean? It means I want to do this for you. I won't do this for you until I won't have trust in you before I will. Um, I fear this, so I'm pulling away. Those types of things are boundaries, okay? It is hard to open up again when you have boundaries. And to really nurture a relationship and to regain the stability of a relationship, well, you have to open up. However, you also have to maintain some boundaries for your own self-care. So, how do you go from being a loving and caring person with boundaries and not being able to give and love? That's a tough one, especially if you're still involved in the relationship. Saying no to somebody you love when you have that type of character that you're loving and caring and nurturing, it's very difficult. It's very difficult. I believe they call that tough love. But let me ask you, who does it hurt? Does it hurt you or does it hurt the other person? It depends on their character. Who benefits, who loses from it? You both do. Because the relationship is damaged. And that is the reason that boundaries need to be put into place. So bringing that relationship back to the forefront really poses some difficult questions. If your character is loving and giving, and that person's character is loving and giving, then the boundaries that you create should be understood and should be respected. And pretty soon those boundaries should be able to come down. Not having the other person be of the same character is a little bit of a different story. because it takes away your ability to love and it takes away your ability to give. So now you're taking that back. It hurts you probably more than it hurts the other person if they don't carry the same character you do. So you get frustrated, you let your boundary down, you let your guard down, and what happens? You get hurt again. It's a vicious cycle. So how do you maintain your character and your boundaries all at the same time? Well, you have to realize you can't control other people. You can only control yourself. And when you put those boundaries up, it's for your self-love, okay? It's to maintain your level and your character. And yes, you're also sabotaging your character by not allowing yourself to give and not allowing yourself to love fully, okay? But it's about your self-love and your self-worth. And I guarantee you that if the character is opposite of who you are, if that person really cares and loves you, then they may recognize what you're doing. And it may pop in their head. This person stopped. This person isn't anymore. This person didn't anymore. This person won't anymore. And they may come to the realization that either I have to change to get them back or not. And that is the tough love part where you will have to realize they're not willing to do that work. They're not willing to recognize and acknowledge who you are and what you're doing. And that's going to be the tough love. But for your own self-sanity, having self-love will bring you to a stronger place to where you will have the ability, if that happens, you will have the ability to be able to walk away and to always maintain your dignity that you did the best you could in order to protect yourself as well. Because if you just let yourself go, there will be nothing but resentment, there'll be anger, there'll be sadness, there'll be depression. It will lead into a whole different thing. It is a sad thing when a relationship fails and two people part, whether it be loving relationships, family relationships, friends, coworkers, whatever. It's still a sad day when two people disconnect. But in order to maintain your own self-integrity, character, well-being, self-love, boundaries have to be put into place. Can they be bent a little bit? Yes, they can. Yes, they can be bent. They can be altered. They can be shifted. And that may require a conversation with the other person as well. Listen, I'm gonna take this boundary down just a notch and allow this or allow that. However, have a good reason for it. I'm doing it because of this, or I'm doing it because of that. Try it out. And if it doesn't, then you have full right to go right back to that full wall boundary anytime you wish. I hope and I pray that the boundaries that you all create will lead you to a more fulfilling, loving relationship. And if they don't, I wish and pray that they bring you to a full and loving relationship with yourself, because that is the ultimate right there. It is not an easy thing to do, having boundaries, but I wish you well, and keep the struggle, keep strong through the struggle, and you will maintain your self-love. So if you have any questions regarding any of this, please feel free to reach out. I appreciate you. I thank you all for watching, and I wish you a blessed day. Take care.